Hi and welcome. I'm Imthishan from Motor in Middle East, and we're here in sunny, hot, and sweaty Ras Al Khaimah for the launch of the new Honda CR-V, the very adept family car that everybody should really own. I should know. I've owned one since 2013. It's been a great, reliable car. Not the most exciting of cars, but the things that a family needs to do, it does really well. So what's new with the new all-new CR-V? Well, let's spin the camera around and have a quick look. Let's do this. There we go. New CR-V. Longer, lower, wider, etc. It's got a longer wheelbase for a better ride. It's running on the new Civic platform. So people who have driven the new Civic, they know what to expect. Styling is largely similar to the old one. This is a fully loaded all-wheel drive touring model. Prices start at about 89,000 for a two-wheel drive basic DX model. And then it goes all the way up to 120 for this fully loaded four-wheel drive touring model. There'll be a lot of little improvements on the way. It's typical Honda. We don't really talk about it. They've improved the four-wheel drive system. They've increased. Well, they also improved brakes. They changed to electronic braking system. Why doesn't it really feel any different? I quite like the way. Look, this is a new color. It's called Sandstorm Metallic. And they want to know your feedback. If they should sell it in larger quantities. I think it looks quite smart. It looks like sort of a Jeep color. They have a programmable tailgate now, so you can set the height of it. I have no idea how to do that, but electronic liftgate in a CR-V. This is quite a big car now. Oh, actually it's been set to a very low height. Lots of space in here, all the usual oddments and so on. This is a lot of stuff from the walled-off usual spare tire. 18-inch wheels. Not a huge fan of 18-inch wheels, but the ride is pretty okay on them. So I'm just really running through this as fast as I can. What have we got in the interior? I'm sorry for all the stuff in the back. Pretty decent legroom and headroom and height and so on. I only sat in it briefly, but I'm pretty happy with it. We've got an iPad here, that doesn't come with the car. Trim's really been upgraded. The old CR-V was a bit of an economy family SUV, but look at all this sort of fake wood here and this contrast stitching. Well, it's not leather, it's plastic that looks like leather, but it looks pretty good. They've increased the size of all the bins and things so you can basically carry a lot more of your luggage. If you look at the front seats, we've got a more comfortable driver's seat. It's got power lumbar support. Again, that upgraded interior door trim cards, which actually looks quite smart. Steering wheel obviously from the Civic. A lot of the dashboard is from the Civic actually. The all new full digital display, so no more analog controls. No real issue though, it's perfectly usable. Problems I don't like are they still got that weird volume slot there, which is touch sensitive and a rocker switch. Very odd. They've really redesigned this, so I hope you can see it. Let's see down here. So they got bins here, which is actually where your USBs and things are down there, if you can see. And they got two different USBs. This is a 1-amp one for music, and this one is for actual smartphone charging. Big pockets, I can hold 1 liter bottles. Another power outlet here, which holds a radio, which doesn't come with the car. This slides back and forth. This is the armrest, and it actually pops up. This whole thing is removable as well. So, typical Honda cleverness. Transmission is a CVT, as the current CR-Vs all are. Not my ideal gearbox, but you know, hey ho, it's what it is. It drives pretty unobtrusively. New for CR-V this year, electronic parking brakes, so no more handbrake anymore. It has a brake hold function. Econ button, of course, to improve economy. The engine, I'll just spin this around very quickly. The engine is a 2.4 litre, making about 180 horsepower and a similar amount of torque. It's a bit of a carryover. It's an Earth Dreams engine, so it is the same engine we had in the old CR-V, but upgraded. They offer a 1.5 turbo, but not in this market. The 1.5 turbo is available in Jordan, but not in the Middle East. And they're still considering whether they should bring it or not. I think they should bring it because the turbo would be great. And it's a fuel economy game. It's not a sports car, just like the 1.5 doesn't make the Civic a sports car, but it is a decent little drive. And they all come with CVTs. Forget about manuals, they don't even have automatics anymore. But I think enough talking. Let's see what the CR-V is like to drive around Jazirah Al Hamra. Okay, so we're going to take the CR-V for a little spin around the back roads of Jazirah Al Hamra. So it's a little low speed drive to get you an idea of what the CR-V is like. So as I said, 2.4 litre engine, about 180 horsepower. I really wish they had brought the 1.5 turbo, because it would have been something new. This car is all new, and it feels, despite being all new, quite similar to the previous car. They've softened it up a bit, the suspension. The old car was criticized for being a bit harsh, so they've softened up the suspension, so it does have a little bit more body roll through the corners. But largely it drives like the old car. I wouldn't see a gigantic amount of difference. Performance is adequate. I mean, it's a CVT and a 4-cylinder, fairly big 4-cylinder 2.4, so you got plenty of torque. We travelled about 5 up. See, we're going over some bumps now, and the ride is actually really good. That's the one great thing about CRVs. That's why we use it as a camera car. The CRV is an extraordinary ride. Steering is nice, actually. I mean, they've retuned electric steering. It's got a little bit of weight to it, not a lot of feedback. The wheel itself is actually very nice to hold. I love this new leather cover they've done for the wheel. Still not a big fan of the way Honda has done these buttons. They're just too busy on this side. There's nothing here. But your hand naturally falls to the automatic transmission, so it's a comfortable place to read. The sitting position is also good. I can get comfortable quite easily. Most people will get comfortable very easily in the CRV. Visibility as a whole is excellent. Big glass house, nice high driving position. Doesn't drone too much. It feels like it's got gears, but it doesn't. It's a CVT. I haven't heard the stereo or anything like that, but I imagine the stereo is just fine. The infotainment system can be a little confusing to operate, but there are too many. There are hard buttons for everything, but there's no home button. Actually, there is a home button, but you don't use it because you've got hard buttons for everything. It's not the most intuitive. It feels very Japanese in its design, and not necessarily like an iPad or an app, which is what we're all used to. We're all used to seeing app style for car interfaces now. What else can I say about the CRV? This is a top of the line 120k car. I wouldn't get this one because I don't think you need leather in a CRV. This is a hard-working family car, so I wouldn't go with all these toys. You've got lane keep. You can't see it. If I click right, it shows a little camera image of what's passing on the right, so it's kind of like blind spot. It allows you to see what's happening there, but it's no match for a real blind spot system, which is obviously based in the indicators, in the mirrors, sorry, the rear view mirrors. Back on the main road, give it a bit of juice. 180 something horsepower, most powerful in the class now. Certainly more powerful than the RAV4, etc. Not sure if the Tiguan is fast. The Tiguan usually has like a 2-liter turbo, but it feels pokey enough. I mean, it's not a car you can easily criticize because it does everything it is supposed to do as a car. It has paddle shifters now, so it gives you like these fake gears. They're very plasticky, and again, why would you bother? But the good thing about a CRV is that you know exactly where everything is, so it's very easy to get acquainted with the car. This electronic system aside, it's very easy to get comfortable and just off you go. And it's that kind of car. There's a lot of storage areas here, as I talked about. Too many maybe, it just moves around a bit. But I like it. I don't think it's hugely different from the old car. The suspension is a little bit soggier, so when you go around corners a bit harder than you'd expect. The whole car leans, and I think that isn't entirely desirable. They softened it up, maybe to deal with the weight of it. AC performance is good. It's a pretty hot, humid day here in Ras Al Khaimah. 33 degrees is nothing to laugh at, and it's been fine. I left it automatic, it's absolutely fine. The new dashboard is quite attractive, quite handsome, and it stands out more than the old car. Definitely the design team should be given a pat on the back. These seats as well, also very nice to look at. They're not ventilated, though they look like they're ventilated, but they're not. So yeah, that's really about it. I think we need to spend a lot of time with this car really to understand what Honda has done, because it's not very obvious. In fact, it's a new design, but it doesn't look like they've changed a lot on it. But actually they have. They've changed a ton of things on this car. And overall I'm pretty satisfied with it. Should you rush out and buy it if you have an old CRV? No, because the CRV lasts forever. But if you don't have a CRV and you have a family, stop looking at SUVs. Stop looking at 5-seaters. Stop looking at Land Cruisers. This is actually all the car you ever need. I really, really mean that. This is actually a very good car. It's very economical, and it won't thrill you, but it will work. Thanks for watching. Keep following us on Motoring Middle East on Facebook, Instagram, and all the rest. Bye.